A secured transaction is a legal arrangement in which a borrower, the debtor, grants a property interest or security interest in specific assets to a lender, the secured party, as collateral for a debt. If the borrower fails to fulfill the obligations outlined in the transaction, usually the repayment of a loan, the secured party has the right to seize and sell the collateral to recover the amount owed. While secured transactions can involve both real property, like land or buildings, and movable property, often called personal property, this discussion focuses on movable property such as equipment, vehicles, inventory, or intangible assets like accounts receivable. In the context of movable property, a secured transaction may typically involve three primary steps: attachment, perfection, and enforcement. Attachment occurs when the security interest becomes legally enforceable against the debtor. This generally requires that value is given by the secured party, for example, providing a loan. The debtor has rights in the collateral, and a formal agreement, usually in writing, is signed. Once attached, the security interest attaches to the specific assets described in the agreement and becomes enforceable against the debtor. Perfection, on the other hand, is the process by which a secured party gains priority over other creditors or subsequent purchasers who might also claim an interest in the same collateral. Perfection usually occurs through the filing of a financing statement in a public registry, although there can be alternative methods such as taking physical possession of the collateral, for example, with negotiable instruments or tangible goods. The purpose of perfection is to provide public notice of the lender's interest in the collateral, preventing secret liens and ensuring that prospective creditors or buyers can identify any prior claims. Priority rules govern which secured party gets paid first if the debtor defaults and multiple parties have claims on the same collateral. Generally, a perfected secured party will have higher priority than an unperfected secured party, and among perfected secured parties, priority is usually determined by the order in which they perfected. However, there are some exceptions. For instance, a purchase money security interest, where the loan is specifically used to acquire the collateral, often enjoys a super priority, provided specific legal requirements are met. Understanding these rules is critical to minimizing risk and ensuring that a secured party's claim will be recognized over competing interests. One of the key advantages of using movable property as collateral is its flexibility. Debtors can use a wide range of assets to secure financing, from inventory and accounts receivable to machinery and intellectual property rights. This broadened scope can be crucial for businesses that might lack substantial real estate holdings. By pledging valuable movable assets, a business can access credit more easily and often on better terms than it could with unsecured financing. Lenders, in turn, are more willing to extend credit when they have a concrete means of recouping their investment should the borrower default. Nevertheless, secured transactions in movable property also introduce complexity and additional obligations. Borrowers must maintain the collateral in good condition and generally should not dispose of it without the lender's consent, unless the security agreement allows for normal business operations such as selling inventory. If the debtor defaults, the secured party can seize the collateral under the terms of the security agreement and applicable law, though legal procedures, like giving notice or obtaining court orders, may be required. After repossession, the secured party can typically sell or otherwise dispose of the collateral and use the proceeds to satisfy the outstanding debt.